Sweet potatoes seem to get all the love and attention during the holiday season, but I'm about to show you another potato recipe that might give candied yams a run for their money. Meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. All right guys, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and peel our potatoes. I'm using russet today, but this recipe works great with Yukon Gold as well, but russet is multi-purpose, usually keep some of these in the house. 4 large potatoes to get the job done for this recipe, or 6 smaller ones. I'm gonna go ahead and give them a good peel and then chop. You want them to be in equal sized pieces, that way they cook at the same rate. You don't want some of your potatoes to be tender and the others to not be tender. We're gonna mash this up and add it to basically, making a casserole here. So you wanna make sure that the potatoes are nice and tender so they mash properly. Once we peel them, we're gonna chop them up, get them nice and clean, run them under some water. Then we're gonna dice our yellow onion and our green onion, a little fresh garlic, cook some bacon. That's when the party really starts. For my pork patrol out there, you can use beef bacon for this recipe or just omit the bacon completely. Let me know in the comments if you ever tried this recipe. This actually is a remake from an older video that we did several years ago that did really well. So putting a new little spin on it for the holidays. I know mashed potatoes aren't necessarily a staple at Thanksgiving for some people, but they should be. Soaks up the gravy great. Can't go wrong with a good mashed potato. All right guys, we're gonna get the potatoes nice and clean, get them on the stove over high heat, add some salt, boil them until they're fork tender. While that's happening, we're gonna go ahead and prep our onions, green onions and garlic. Gonna give them a rough dice. No real right or wrong way to do it, but you do want them to kind of be like a small dice because you don't want big old chunks of onion in your casserole. And if you're not an onion fan, you could actually leave the onions out completely, but I prefer it in mine. As always, guys, these recipes are customizable to your palate, and you can find all these recipes, specific measurements, and ingredients at MrMakeItHappen.com. Once the bacon is extra crispy and the potatoes are tender, it's time to get started on our onions, green onions, and garlic. We're going in with 1 diced yellow or white onion. We saved a little bit of that bacon fat because fat is flavor, and bacon and onions and garlic just make the house smell amazing. Going in with all 3 of these ingredients at the same time. Gonna give it a good mix. Let the onions begin to soften up. We're gonna work this into our casserole. We're gonna get up all that bacon fond off the bottom of the skillet. That's gonna add a lot of flavor to our casserole as well. All right, so once you can smell the garlic and it's nice and fragrant, it's time to start adding some seasoning. I got my all-purpose seasoning here that looks like I'm running out of. Luckily for you guys, for the holidays, we have the extra large all-purpose seasoning. You guys have been asking for this for years now. It's finally here, holiday season only. Grab this at MrMakeItHappen.shop. Links for you down below. All right guys, let's talk cheese. For this recipe, I'm using white cheddar, sharp yellow cheddar, Monterey Jack, one of my favorite secret ingredients, boars and garlic and herb cheese, and then a little cream cheese. All of these are gonna come together for a flavor explosion. You gotta trust me on this one. Just the sharp cheddar will get the job done. The Monterey Jack adds a little extra flavor to the party and a nice melty consistency, which is important when you're doing a casserole like this. And then of course, boars and garlic and herb cheese, tons of flavor. Cream cheese there for more so consistency purposes. Can't go wrong with this blend. We're gonna grate our own cheese today because we don't want all of those anti-caking agents like potato starch and things like that. We want to get cheese in the block, grate it ourselves if you're an overachiever. All right guys, I went ahead and added a half a stick of butter to the onion, garlic, and green onion mixture. That way the butter goes ahead, melts a little bit. You don't have to do it that way, but it, speeds up the process a little bit. So I'm gonna get that in there and start to kind of work that in. Then we're going in with half a block or 4 ounces of cream cheese. I'll break that apart with my hands just to make the incorporation a little bit smoother. We're gonna go ahead and add 1 cup of whole milk, half of these bacon bits or chunks, Give it a taste, make sure it's seasoned adequately. Start to add in our cheese, then we'll add it to the casserole dish. All right, guys, after you top it with plenty of cheese and crumbled bacon, pop that in the oven at 350 for about 25 to 30 minutes, and you end up with this sleeper, the potential star of the holiday season. If you haven't tried this recipe, I'm telling you guys, you got to try it. Visit MrMakeItHappen.com for the full details. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm digging in for the taste test. Look at that. We got cheese, bacon, lots of flavors. No flavor left behind. It's got to be in your potato rotation.